Hey guys, I'm so excited to talk about one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies, Dr. Dolittle. What? Wait, they made another Dolittle? Starring Robert Downey Jr.? Hold up, y'all. Y'all are telling me that Iron Man isn't dead? Nope, I don't believe it. Nope, not today, Satan. What's going on, you guys? James here with another real review. This time we are talking about Robert Downey Jr.'s Dolittle, a movie that I never expected to even think would exist in 2020. Now, before I get started talking about why I actually didn't think Dolittle is a terrible film, I know it's weird. If this is your first time here at the channel, welcome to Real James. Now, if you're wondering who that is, that's me, and I love talking all about movies, so each and every day I drop a new video. If you don't want to miss out, go ahead and hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, and I'd love if you can tap the notification bell right next to it so you can stay up to date with anything new that I drop. Also, please like this video, share it with your friends, and I'm gonna need your comments below. Let me know what you think of Dolittle. Are you excited for this film, or do you think, man, Robert Downey Jr. in this after Endgame? Because I'm not gonna lie, that was my reaction when I saw the trailers, trust me. All right, guys, so let's waste no more time and hop right into Dolittle. This is the story of Dr. Dolittle, literally. And after a very tragic accident at sea, Dr. Dolittle's wife Lily dies, and he's forced to close the gates because he really cannot bring himself to care for animals anymore, except for the ones living in the mansion. But one day, a young boy hunting with his father goes to the mansion, basically gets Dr. Dolittle to wake up, and then of course he gets an unexpected visit from the Queen's daughter saying, hey, she's sick, she needs you. And this is the start of our adventure with Dr. Dolittle. So let's start with why I think this movie isn't terrible, and that's probably because it plays to my imagination. For the first 20 or 30 minutes, this sense of adventure really intrigues me. I mean, I'm not a kid anymore, I get it, but I love when movies can play to that childhood imagination, and I think that Dolittle does that pretty well here. It also helps that Robert Downey Jr. nails the mannerisms of his character. I mean, guys, we know he's a very charismatic actor, but man, in this film, he's very high energy sometimes. I mean, he's a little weird, yeah, he's odd, but I think he nails the character very well. There are some things I didn't like about his character, but we'll save that for the negatives. Now, if you've seen any of the posters or marketing for this film, you understand there's an ensemble cast here. I mean, let's just read some of the names that are voice acting in this film. You have Rami Malek as Chi-Chi the gorilla, Emma Thompson as Polly, John Cena as Yoshi, Kumail Nanjiani as Plimpton, Octavia Spencer as Dab Dab, Tom Holland as Jip, and Craig Robinson as Kevin. Even my boy Ralph Fiennes is in here as Barry. Goodness gracious, I mean, half the budget had to have gone to the cast, maybe more than half the budget. But among that entire cast, there's really only a few voice actors that stand out. One of them being Emma Thompson as Polly. She's so genuine in her approach, and she's very scholarly too. You'll see it. She gives a lot of advice to Dr. Dolittle, and she's very aggressive when she needs to be. I love the entire tone of her character, and I think it complemented Dr. Dolittle really well. Kumail Nanjiani is one of my favorite actors, and in here, man, he is still so funny. And going back to what I was saying earlier about this sense of imagination, the only reason sometimes I was actually tied into the plot was because of the music. It kind of wrapped everything up nicely, and Danny Elfman composed the entire score for this film, which surprised the heck out of me, but it makes sense because the entire time I was thinking, man, these instruments really help just continue to play to my imagination. So hey, I think that the music here is also really good. Now the human actors, it sounds weird to say that, the human actors, are not actually that bad either. Now, let's get into what I didn't really like about this movie. It is targeting kids. That's the thing about these very kid-friendly films. They're not much for adults, but some of the best kid movies are making attempts at playing to adults. This film did that for maybe like 20% of the film. Other than that, a lot of the humor was really elementary. It was very basic, it was bland, it was very repetitive sometimes. These running jokes did not work. And then you have these weird moments where they're trying to spoof other movies. For a film that's set in, I guess, this Victorian era, I didn't expect a Godfather reference to be made, and it crushes the whole tone of the film. It just comes to a screeching halt. And I'm not kidding you. There's a moment with like a dragonfly and ants, if I'm not mistaken, where they're reenacting the Godfather scene. You know what scene I'm talking about, right? You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. You know that scene, and I think director Stephen Gaghan and his writers were trying to play to adults. It just didn't work. And then you have the silliness of the movie. Now listen, talking animals, that is totally fine because it's Dolittle, right? But then you have Robert Downey Jr. making gorilla noises. is this supposed to be funny? Because I'm just a little freaked out right now. And the script given to the human actors in this movie isn't that bad, honestly. But the thing is, the script given to most of the animals was incredibly cringy. Oh my goodness, Craig Robinson, I love him from everything from The Office to Hot Tub Time Machine. I mean, he's really good. The thing is though, he's not really in his element here, and him voice acting a squirrel that is incredibly annoying, I gotta blame the writers on this one, because he's a funny guy. The thing is, most of the jokes that were given to him, including a really long running joke, just really fell flat. So guys, if I had to sum up what I feel about Dolittle, it's that it's not awful. I mean, it's much better than I expected. The trailers don't do the movie too much justice. Sure, if you don't like a lot of those cringy moments of dialogue and the humor that didn't work for you in the trailer, you'll find a lot of that in this film. And honestly, it's not a good movie. It's just not terrible. And I'm so surprised I'm saying that, because I didn't expect this movie to be as good as it was. And maybe you can say it's all because of Robert Downey Jr., but you gotta give a large amount of credit to the director here, because he decided to go on this adventure with the audience and, again, play to my imagination. And that's why I think it worked, well, I guess as well as it did. So look, I'm not gonna tell you to rush out in the theaters to watch this, but if you're babysitting, if you have your daughter or your son, and you're going out there for a family fun time, you're probably gonna come away saying, you know what? I don't really feel awful about spending $12 on this movie. Okay guys, so there's my take on Dolittle, a film I expected to hate, and I didn't. If you enjoyed everything you just heard in this video and saw, go ahead and hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, and tap on the notification bell right next to it. Don't forget to like this video, share it with all of your friends, and in the comments below, I would love if you can just tell me what you think of this movie, what you think of my review, what you think of the fact that Iron Man's not dead. But on a serious note, you guys, I'm so thankful for you and all of your support. Each and every subscriber is so important to me. I cannot believe we're over 600 subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000, and I can't wait to get there with you guys. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening. You're gonna tell me this guy's alive? Son of a gun.